Yeah, Zamina, she's a woman and women earn less, or she gets pregnant, or whatever reason. So, so there is a kind of unfairness and inequality, injustice, and that can be produced by systems like that. That was why do you only find pictures of male doctors which are only white? Why are not female black women doctors? So if you Google for these pictures, for example, so our biased recognition is reflected in that data, and that data. Hello.
Zamina, it's an honor to have you here with us.
Thank you for the invitation.
We are setting up this tone here about understanding about AI and your expertise here in the AI. You have been working in this field, consulting a lot of companies. So just tell us about yourself, how you ended up working in AI field, what is your motivation, and just about yourself.
I work in data and tech since 2010, and I started with data analytics, analyzing data, then worked for machine learning systems like recommendation systems, developed, for example, personalization, industry cases with sensor data for wind turbines, autonomous driving, so very different things. And now I consulting companies with my own company, Shades and Contrast, where I put also my inner passion into it, which is fair AI, responsible AI. So I combined my competence, my knowledge with my purpose, which drives me. And yeah, that's what we do today.
How is it, the journey of entrepreneur?
Exhausting, joyful. I have a lot of fun doing it. But yeah, it's also exhausting. Yeah. And I struggle with scaling everything because it's consulting, so I don't have a product, and yeah.
So you're consulting a lot of bigger clients in German market, right? Mid-size to corporate.
Yeah, so the clients I handle is, the clients, they love this combination of purpose, ethical AI, but also a lot of competence and long-term knowledge, which I have. So I do a lot for corporates because they love the data science, data analytics background, because they have data science departments, and then I can jump into that and talk to them directly with Python and so on.
Yeah, that's our topic, right?
Yeah, our topic, yeah. The other side is a lot of public sector clients, because they are also very keen to find out how can we be responsible with such a big technology like AI. So that's why they
hire you.
Yeah,
or do you work for the bigger corporate?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, look, fair AI is a very big question, but before we go, I would like to go a bit basic, right? So there are a lot of people who might not know what artificial intelligence is.
Yeah.
Basically, would you like to explain, like, what exactly is AI and why is there a buzz going around here?
Oh, that wording is very hard to explain, because also people, it depends who are you talking to. So AI in general definition is some system which is mimicking human intelligence. So it can be anything, right? Analyzing data, seeing something like cars, recommendation system in Spotify, music, for example. But it can also do something bigger, acting, like putting AI software into robotic systems, and then you have a robot. So it's highly connected to the human abilities. And from there, like we can think, we can see, we can talk, we can act. You can come down to the subfields of AI, which is machine learning is thinking, seeing is computer vision systems, speaking is natural language processing, and acting is generative AI, because it can generate its own actions, robotics, but also generative AI like LLMs. Weak AI strong AI, superhuman AI. These three stages we are now into. So weak AI for me is something like a machine learning system, like a recommendation system on Spotify, analyzing your music preferences and then give you something. That's weak AI for a specific use case. Then we have a stronger AI, or I don't know, generative AI. That's like with ChatGPT and agentic things, because they can connect things and also act in different contexts. The war or the race between US and China is now about AGI, right?
We are like, the spectrum is getting broader.
Yeah,
this
and
is like a...
That's a different discussion, and that's not the definition I talk in my trainings, but I would ask another technical person to start discussing. What do you think when we have AGI, or do you think it's a marketing trick? What do you think?
AGI?
Yeah.
I do definitely think there will be system like AGI,
me
because
too,
we already are having some level of AGIs, right? I mean, there are autonomous system available even today, like email agent, voice agent. They are in this spectrum going there. So there are, for example, even we are working with some email agents and some voice agent. They can talk, they can make decision, even without like any human being part of it.
True.
These agents can make a decision, and that's in some steps towards AGI. So there is a full general intelligence there.
Do you have a guess when we have AGI?
And that's my
What's
question
your
to
bet?
you.
Yeah, I read some papers last week because I'm very interested in what people are saying, also from the science part. And I read a book from Ray Kurzweil, and he said that he expects to have AGI in 2030, so 5 years
we have 5
from
years
now. Yeah, but people are guessing that the race between US and China is so strong at the moment.
That we might have it earlier than 2030.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think?
About this topic, when we will have an AGI, in my opinion, like I mentioned, right, there are already few agents available, and we will. I don't think it will take 5 years. So the question now here is, why should business adopt to AI? And if they don't, what will happen? What is your opinion to this? Even normal humans, right? Everyone who is currently working, employee, employers, why should they use AI?
I read the World Economic Forum's report, and at the moment, companies are investing a lot in AI because over 85% of the companies believe that AI is changing their business model and also their processes. So they invest a lot in AI consulting companies, in AI trainings, and AI tools because they believe it will change. But on the other hand, they are still waiting for the efficiency gains to come. So the return on investment is hard to measure at the moment, but I see actually a lot of return on investment when I think about my use cases and consulting. So, I mean, on individual level, you can just prompt and generate text easier. You can prepare for a workshop or a podcast very easy. You don't need to take a lot of time there. So I think we can produce a lot of output in a very short time with AI. That's on individual employee level. And next step is to combine all these tools, what you said, in agentic workflows and automate things. And what I see, the biggest use cases or why companies should use that is that in a lot of supporting processes like finance or marketing, where the value is not created for the company, but they need these supporting processes. Marketing is something which you need to get some clients, finance is something which you need because for taxes or whatever, and customer support, I'm joking, customer support is something where you also don't generate value or revenue, but you need your customer to be satisfied and happy. So these are the areas where I see a lot of AI.
You think like on this departments, on areas, the early adoption of AI can happen or should happen?
Yeah, should happen there. Yeah, what's your opinion on that?
I mean, yes, I have the same opinion. Yes.
From your use cases, right?
I mean, there is it makes it easier to support, and it also helps other customer to receive faster support. Plus, it keeps you competitive with your competitors, because if the businesses don't use AI, then their competitor will use, and they will win the game, right?
Yeah, I especially believe in the supporting processes because generates costs and you want to put the costs down, like for marketing. I have some clients, they're reducing the costs for external agencies, so for example for marketing agencies, and try to get the knowledge with AI in-house, so they start generating marketing videos on their own with their own marketing team, doing A/B testing on ads, SEO ads, SEA ads on Google or Meta with AI, because there are also features already there.
Are you consulting them, or they already themselves started it? And
they started themselves, and then they are looking for experts who can help them to
scale up.
Yeah.
So so we think customer service marketing are the departments or the area where AI should be early adopted, right? That's what your opinion in this case, right? So we have seen the internet boom, right? When the internet came in 90s, I think, and then around 2008-10, we had the social media time, and now it's an AI time. So what people should do right now to not miss this trend, which let's say a lot of people miss the internet trend, then the social media, and now there's AI trend. What is your opinion for the people or the common people?
The common people about the AI trend?
Or is it just like just gonna disappear? What do you think?
No, it's not gonna disappear. So I think, the technology with AI is very much changing. It's changing the way we work, the way we have content out there, for example. So a lot of content will be created, a lot of business opportunities will be created, and I'm very interested to see what will happen in the future with all these fast movements. So I think common people shouldn't be jumping on every hype train, but they should inform themselves and keep up with the developments, what's going on in the technology space. Yeah.
So they should keep their eyes on.
Yeah.
And develop the use case. But how can they keep themselves up to date? Because this particular field is rapidly evolving and developing, and even we as a tech people is having hard time sometimes following up the trend. So how
it's very hard to follow up. I read the Handelsblatt KI briefing, or you can also listen to the podcast, but you can do that as a common people if you're not into tech. If you are into tech, then even that is too slow once a week, because I think I would recommend to listen to podcasts from the US. How do you keep up with all the AI news?
I mean, we follow one platform called kainews24.de. That's we are collaborating with this platform, and generally there's like daily 2 to 3 news coming, and it's always up to date. So if you want to follow up, you can follow that.
Good recommendation.
Ethical AI about this.
Yeah, ethical AI is much broader, so it has different principles. So, for example, the first principle is about fairness and bias. That's the one we talked about it. It shouldn't create injustice. Then a second one is data and data security. We talked about that sensitive data needs to be handled very well. Then it's about transparency and explainability, that we understand what's happening in the system. Then it's about responsibility, who takes care or who takes charge if something is broken and something is happening, something bad is happening. And the last one is sustainability. So what is it about with all the energy, the resources we consume with AI?
Who is responsible for it, right? Which context are you referring this to?
There are different contexts. So you could say about autonomous vehicles. Yeah, who's responsible for that? If something is it the driver still, because he can interrupt? Is it the car manufacturer, or is it the software
which is controlling the vehicle?
Yeah, exactly. So,
or the maker of the softwares?
I don't have an answer for that. So yeah, what do you think?
I mean, me neither. And who is responsible? That's a big question right now.
Yeah.
I think it's happening in the world. Everyone is asking this. Who will be responsible for? So why do you think diversity and gender equality is important in the field of AI, Zamina?
So I think it's very important because we see a lot of biased output in algorithms. There are different and several reasons for it. So for example, if you go to a bank and I want to have a credit volume, and maybe you also want to have a credit or a loan, and I get less volume credit, and you get maybe 1 million, I only get 1,000. Why? Yeah, you know. So is that fair? So maybe it's fair. So the first question is, what is fair? Maybe you earn 1 million times more than me, then it might be fair that you get a higher loan. Or we earn the same and I get discriminated or get an unfair output from the system, because the system thinks, yeah, Zamina, she's a woman and women earn less, or she gets pregnant, or whatever reason. So there is a kind of unfairness and inequality, injustice, and that can be produced by systems like that. That was only one example. There are several examples in it, because we have biased data. The data is always not representative. We have to check for representation. We have to check what the system is doing, and then we have to check what the output is and if the results are very important. So that's why we...
So what is the reason? The biased data?
It's there are multi reasons, right? So biased data is only one aspect of it. So why is data biased? Because we see the world from our eyes very biased. So why do you only find pictures of male doctors which are only white? Why are not female black women doctors? So if you Google for these pictures, for example, so our biased recognition is reflected in that data, and that data now gets fed into AI, and AI then reproduces in the end. If I prompt now, give me a picture of a doctor, then he will give me probably a white male person, and that's not something we want to have. We want we want a fair world where everyone is reflected, not only the main stream or the past of it, and we have past inequalities, and we want to reduce that in AI systems, because AI systems, they don't have a gut feeling that maybe it's unfair that Zamina gets lower loan from the bank, and why is Sanjay gets
higher loan. Okay.
Yeah, right. So that's why it's important to have that aspect in AI. Yeah.
Do you face this yourself, working in this field?
So I'm a woman, I'm a person of color, I'm many things more, and of course I'm very often the blind spot of AI, because I'm not reflected in the main data.
So this makes your working in this field difficult?
That makes me feel that I need to push that topic, because I work in that field. I know how data is pushed into algorithms, and then algorithms don't understand, then they produce this unfair decisions, for example. And because I work there, I know that we have to make awareness about this situation, that we check the data and the representation, and if the AI system could reproduce unfair decisions. And that's why I fight for that topic. Because,
you fight for this topic?
Yeah, I fight for this topic in all the projects, that we take a look about data, about the bias, about how fair is it relevant? Yeah, so in marketing systems, of course, fairness, is that relevant? You can argue about it, but if you have banking systems, healthcare systems, autonomous driving, then you need to check really good data quality and also representation.
So when you say fair AI, like what is this fair AI in this case, and how companies can build fair AI in this case?
Fair AI, you have to ask at first, what is fair, right? In banking, if you give loans, of course, you cannot give everyone the same loan amount of money, because you earn differently. So fair must be connected to criteria. So that's the first question you have to ask. What is fair? In the US, they had an algorithm where the algorithm understood, okay, we have a different person, they did something wrong, and the police wanted to calculate from the algorithm what their scale of punishment is. And what happened was the same thing like stealing in the supermarket. different person got different scale of punishments. So, for example, a white person got only, I don't know, 1 month or one amount of money to pay, and the black person had to go into jail for 5 years for the same thing happened.
Same
stealing.
crime.
Yeah, same crime, stealing in the supermarket. And that's something where that's unfair because same criteria, but the output and the decision of the algorithm is unfair and it's very influencing the people, right? So we are not talking about pictures and I'm not reflected there. We are talking about that could change your life if systems like that are integrated in police.
Why do you think this is happening? Again, because of the bad data was fed into this AI system?
Yeah, so I fix it when I'm in project with different things. I have 3 points where I look into it. The first one is the data. Yeah, so if you only have black persons and they have a lot of crime and only white persons, they have less crime, maybe it could generate, so it's not maybe representative enough or there is a bias in skin color, you can take it out and say, okay, ignore skin color, for example, only look on the crime which happened. So first one is data. Second one is that different models from machine learning systems, for example, could produce different outcomes.
Output.
Yes, exactly. So the second thing is that you test different models to each other and also validate the quality of the decision and if you're fine with it. And the last thing is monitoring the output in live systems. So, for example, if you put something into the police, police officers could test the different outcomes and also give feedback to it. So, some kind of human in the loop principle here. So that's the 3 mechanisms where you can look into fair AI systems: data, model differences, and output. So monitoring.
But I mean, for this low base, for the low AI and so on, why it's not already happening? What do you think? And
what do you mean with low AI?
Like this particular AI use cases we just discussed now, right? That when
police?
someone commits for the police, and this is generally in government hand, right? It's not some private AI companies. It's mainly, so why they are not building such an AI which is fair?
Yeah.
And the use case which you mentioned, is it real?
It's real, yeah. I can put it in the show notes, the source of it. It happened some years ago, so it's quite old. But I explain it usually in some of my presentations.
Your presentations.
Yeah, my speaking engagements, yeah.
So you consult companies to build a fair AI system, and that's one of your approaches, that okay, you look into the data, remove all this color, gender.
I don't sell that, so that's something which is also reflected in the UAI Act. So the UAI Act is a risk-based approach. So when you look into different AI systems and say, okay, I do something with marketing with AI, that's low risk, right? So the UAI Act would say, okay, fine for you, you can use OpenAI for marketing, do whatever you want. But if you do something with the police, with banking, with healthcare system, with your medical data, then it affects people's life. And this means in the UAI Act, you are probably in high risk category, which means you have to be transparent and document why the system is coming to this decision. So it's actually from the law here in Europe reflected that you have to take care what you do with such systems which are very much influencing people's life.
I mean, for those who are listening, can you explain shortly what is the UAI Act?
The UAI Act is a law since 2024. We have it since August. The goal was to foster innovation in Europe. It got a lot criticized from the technology and also from business people because they say it's a lot of complication and regulation and also documentation. But in the end, what you need to remember is the UAI Act is a risk-based approach. So if you have nothing to do with people's life, you can use AI systems. Just train the people, please. That's the only thing UAI Act is saying. If you do something influencing people's life, the higher is the risk and the higher is the regulation, which means documentation and transparency.
How do you design your AI workshop, and basically what can companies learn from it?
So I consult and design my workshops and strategies. Like I do it with the 3-level AI framework, which means I look into first level, which means are you using already AI tools out on the market? That's your very cheap approach, right? You prompt something, you get better in your productivity. That's on employee individual level. That's the entry level for many of the companies. Second level is you not using only AI tools on your own level and prompt some text. You start automatizing processes, internal ones. You start to combine different tools. They speak to each other. You have agentic workflows, agents in place, something like that. So that means that team processes are already also changing here. And that's the second level. And the third level is if you want to build a new product, a new service, something innovative, where you want to start and grow your revenue with something very new, then that's the third level. That's how I design my workshop and also my consulting.
But if the companies are just, let's say, using some market-ready solution like ChatGPT, Claude, or whatever, how? So this is, you're only concerned about this in the first level, or you?
I explain the whole framework so they can decide if they want to move into the second level or if they want to stay, or what lies ahead if they move further into the second level. And also companies at the moment are not like, okay, one level, then second level, and third level. A lot of corporates have data science departments, and they do a lot in the third level, so innovation, creating innovations with their data. But they never used ChatGPT because due to restrictions in their corporate world. So I see, for example, startups and small companies in this entry level with the tooling very strong. I see corporates very strong in this innovation part, but at the moment, companies are not moving into the agentic agents workflow very slowly, because they don't want to invest a lot. But maybe
is it about the money, or like what is this about? Like why they are not moving that fast?
I don't know. I think it's about the money at the moment because of the financial situation everywhere out there. But maybe it's also they want to try out with tools. It's good enough. I don't know. Do you have an opinion on that or guess?
First thing, I think what more, if you talk about the big corporates, what I think generally is it's a big process in general. They have making decision in this way. Just it's slower. They have to go through multiple channels. Many people in the company, they have to decide about this particular investment, or that's one of the reason that the process are generally slow when we talk about the big corporates. But if it's about the startup or some mid-sized companies, I think individuals can make faster decision, and then they use and have a benefit of this AI use cases or use AI. So, but again, when someone is using just, why do they have to use custom solutions? I mean, some companies, what do you think? Like why people has to move from the first level to the third level in your framework? Do they have to?
No, they don't have to. I don't think it makes sense for companies. Only if you have a lot of money and budgets, so you can invest in new services, and or maybe startups building new services with data. So I don't think that's a field where a lot of companies are moving.
Data security part, right? So a lot of companies have a sensitive data, right?
Yeah.
And you consult them from all this three steps framework process.
Yeah, I try. Yeah.
So many companies who don't use AI, or let's say they are a bit, reluctant to use AI, data is one of the reasons that they don't want to ingest their data into some AI tools.
Actually, yes. Yeah. So today I gave a training, and they really wanted a lot of information about the GDPR and they were on entry level. They were not using ChatGPT at all. They were very first starters there, and they wanted to understand. They are a very ethical company. Which data should I prompt and which not, and how can I find out if that's not allowed or allowed. And many people have a lot of issues with data security things, and in trainings I see a lot of people are very active listening to data security part, which actually is the most boring part, but all these data security
the
things
most interesting.
because that's the reason why people are not using it. And if they understand it fully, then they are enabled now to use it, because they know, okay, that's something I should not give into an AI tool, and that's something which I could.
So those who are not using it, how can they start using? What is there solutions out there which can be, let's say, those companies who are afraid to give their data to other third-party applications? What can they do? Or do you suggest something here?
Do you ask on company level or on employees?
On company level, right? So because I think you give this framework, your consultancy to the companies, right? And then their employees are joining. So on the company level, what can those companies do? Because if they don't use it, I mean, we discussed, right? If they are not using AI, they might be lagging behind in this competition.
So people are different, and people are acting different and reacting differently to such a technology like AI. There are people which are very loud, are the enthusiasts, right? They say, oh, that's great, yeah, AI, let's go. And there are also the enemies of AI saying, okay, no, I don't want AI at all. It's not replacing my job. I'm doing it better. No. But that's only minor groups in this change process. They are only loud. The big amount of people are the ones who are realistic and think, okay, I have data security issues here. Can we discuss that? And can we discuss with your, as a company, which data shouldn't I put into it? And if you do something like a no-go list for data for your company, people are enabled already. And that's the most amount of people. You have to talk about their concerns. You have to make transparent what you don't want as company, and then you can enable them.
So you think like companies can decide about like some kind of list system where they decide, okay, which data can go to the AI system and which should not go to the AI system?
For me, that's like data governance, right? That you say you have made up your mind already and make a list of data which should not be shared with tools.
I mean, you mentioned something that they are an enemy of AI, right?
Yeah.
Who says AI is not going to replace my job and so on. What do you think? Which job will be replaced as first with AI?
I read this report from the World Economic Forum, and it will not happen that jobs are replaced, but different tasks of jobs will be replaced. So, for example, my older job as a data analyst, there's a lot, I mean, I think 70% can be replaced by AI, because now you can take your data and analyze
it.
Yes, right. So I think that's, and the World Economic Forum says different job had different tasks, and the task where we need to be creative, human-centered, social jobs, they have less amount of AI replacement. But if you do something very analytical with data, for example, an algorithm can do that better. Also coding can be done with AI.
I mean, that's also we think, right? So the coders build the AI, and now AI will replace coders, basically. That's what a lot of coders
Or you get faster in coding. I think, and that says this report, and I really like that we start to go into the enter of augmentation, where we act with AI, co-intelligent. So it's my co-pilot. It helps me analyzing data, it helps me coding my software, it helps me creating my marketing content, but still we are the ones who are using these tools. So I think this augmentation and co-intelligence is the next year.
I mean, did you hear this sentence from Sam Altman? He said it like in few years, there will be no need of coders, basically, and founders can start the company just with agents.
Nice.
What do you think about this? Did you hear this, actually?
No, I think maybe I remember, Yeah, I think it would be great, no? What do you think?
I mean, we are tech people, we don't want this.
We are tech people, but we are also founders. So
yeah, we are founders, but we are having a lot of developers, and we would like to... I mean, this is very... I think this is going to in some way affect their lives, right? So what we always say, people should start using AI, because those coders who are already going to use AI will be faster coding, and also the
Yeah.
companies. So this we also do it in our with our
You
company.
mean this nice sentence, AI won't replace you,
You
but
have-
someone with AI.
AI will replace you.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, at least reshape your.
And that's this report with this, yeah, exactly, with the augmentation, saying that some tasks will be done. from
Some
AI.
tasks will be done with AI.
Yeah.
So now let's play a little game.
No.
Let's call Future on the Line.
Yeah,
And
Future
there will
on
be,
the Line.
yes, you just have to say like just quick question, yes or no.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about this topic? So the first one is, should AI ever be allowed to make life or death decision without human oversight?
Without human oversight.
Yeah. And
Any systems. We are not talking about.
any system, like for example,
At the
drones,
moment, no.
healthcare.
At the moment, no.
At the moment, no. Okay. Will AI eventually replace more jobs than it creates?
No. So, because I know of the World Economic Report, that it creates more jobs than it will replace.
Okay. So, should we fear OpenAI and similar companies becoming more powerful than elected governments?
Yes.
Should government have the power to shut down AI system they consider dangerous?
Yes.
Will China lead the world in AI innovation by 2030, whether the West like it or not?
Yes.
So yes or
Yes.
Okay. What AI tool do you use most in your everyday life?
ChatGPT.
No Claude?
Yeah.
Why not?
Claude. So ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity.
Okay. What worries you most about AI?
What worries me most about
About your
AI,
AI, yes.
The bias inside, and that we create injustice.
Perfect. True. I agree with you. So, have you ever been tricked by something which was built by AI?
Tricked means like.
Then you saw, wow, that's so real, but it was actually an AI post.
Not yet. No.
No? You were never surprised?
No.
Sometimes.
Is it Sanjay or is it,
Is it an AI?
AI?
Is it AI?
And then I asked you, and then you said AI.
So, name one job that AI will never take over.
Nurse.
Nurses. You mean healthcare industry. The first level, first aid care, like, don't you think can be done by some robots which has this training into this?
Maybe, yeah, you're right. Yeah. So, what's the first job you have in mind which will be replaced by AI?
In my opinion,
And we will not be replaced.
will not be
Yeah,
replaced.
true. Not.
Wow. Even I'm in
Some
there.
people said a therapist, but I
No,
think
therapists will be replaced.
will be
also.
replaced. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt this conversation.
Yeah, say.
Empathy jobs. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
there will be also
empathy.
nurses if you take care, for example, of elderly
Yeah,
person, this human
elderly. Yeah,
component.
yeah.
Empathy jobs.
Do you feel more worried or hopeful for the future?
Hopeful.
Why?
Yeah, because I'm a hopeful person.
It's just your personality, or you also
Yeah.
have some data to support it? Or like your experience in this?
So I'm an optimistic person. I can recommend reading Scary Smart from Mo Gadwat. He says that AI is a very dangerous technology, but we will have it like we always do as humans. We break things and then we fix it. So I think it will break something and then
We'll
we
fix
it. Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts about Elon Musk?
I thought the question was like first impression from Elon Musk, and I would say like smart idiot or something like
Okay.
that. Yeah, very clever idiot. Yeah.
Clever idiot. So like what is it?
He built an imperium, but he's also, I mean, look at this political influence and also excluding people, and that's not very, yeah. So yeah, clever idiot.
So that's your definition for him. Clever idiot.
That's what I have from what do you think about Elon Musk?
Oh, it's a controversial.
Controversial?
We have been following him, right? It's one of the
True.
tech leader in the world.
Yeah.
With a lot of influence on people. So,
but he's spreading misinformation on a lot of big social media platforms. He's buying, and then
he bought Twitter.
Yeah. So and then influencing with his own opinion, which is not often not very fact based. So that's kind of.
But I mean,
idiot.
don't you think it's a free speech platform?
Free speech.
I mean, that's what he's advocating, right? That's everyone can come and just
do hate speech. That's really free. That's the kind of freedom we want.
I think no person in the world should have that much power. That's my opinion in this. First of all, thank you, Zamina, for sharing this insight. It was very pleasant speaking
Yeah,
with you.
pleasure to exchange with you. Thank you.
And we had touched a lot of good topics, good points. I would like to have you back again, maybe in 1 year again, to see how our journey evolved in the future.
Yeah.
And we will be hopefully having a fair AI and you in this case, and can discuss those future use cases.
Yeah, and
how this trend settles in the future.
Yeah, I
Again.
think so too.